Good morning and welcome to another week of the Daily Dose. We're hoping that you are continuing just pressing into the Lord and really seeking Him day by day. Now, I know that life can be chaotic, right? There are so many responsibilities that are on our shoulders and so many things that we fill our days with that sometimes it really does feel like a juggling act. Like we have to work in order to provide for our families and put food on the table. And so whether it looks like this or this, we're spending a lot of our hours at work doing the things that we need to do. But then in addition to that, we have hobbies and things that we enjoy doing and also exercise. And so we try and add that to our plate of the things that we do. And then we do know that a lot of us have kids, and so we want to make sure that we're spending time with them and our family and then also cleaning up after them. And so that's also added to our plate. But in the midst of all that, we have to eat. And so meals have to be cooked and we have to figure out how to juggle all the responsibilities at home. And then we know that there's always a project, always something to clean up after. And then some of us are even going to school, furthering our education. And so we have books to read and papers to write, and it just gets to be a lot. And then we also have people that we need to stay in contact with and emails to read and news headlines to keep caught up on. And as you know, life can feel a bit overwhelming at times. And in the midst of all of that, we know that our relationship with God is supposed to be important. But some days we don't even have the capacity for it. Or we try and just fit it on top of all the things that we're already doing. But friends, that's not how it's supposed to be. Life is not meant just to be a juggling act. It's not meant to have God just be in the background, or if we have a few spare minutes that we can spend time with Him. No, he's the God of the universe who created us and sustains us and desires to have a relationship with us so much that He would send His Son to die so that we could be in relationship with Him. And so instead of neglecting Him or just adding Him to our already crazy busy schedule, the challenge is that we would set everything else aside, that we would prioritize our time, and that we would spend time in His presence, because we know what that brings to our lives. Psalm 16, verse 11 says, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." We know that in His presence there is peace, there is joy, there is satisfaction, there is wisdom. And in addition to being able to spend solid time with Him on a daily basis, because that should be first and that because it is important, we also need to understand that this in our relationship with the Lord is not just another compartment of our life. It's not just something that we add in addition to everything else, but our relationship with Jesus and the fact and the truth that we have the Holy Spirit dwelling inside of us, living through us, should be a part of every other thing we're doing. Work, hobbies, time with our kids, cooking, cleaning, whatever it may be. He should be at the center of all of it. Galatians 2:20 we read a couple weeks ago, but want to remind us again. It says, "I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave Himself for me." It's no longer us that lives, but it's Christ living in us. And so as we work, as we play, as we spend time in our other relationships, allow Christ to be the center of what people experience through you in those places. And let's make sure that we're spending solid time with Him in the Word and in prayer, cultivating that relationship so that the craziness of life doesn't drown out what's most important. Instead of the juggling act, let's choose a path that's founded in Him. Have a great day.